Welcome to Blue Tinted Glasses, the home of Leicester City talk on YouTube. Fan debates, live watch-alongs, post-match reactions, and all the Foxes banter you could ask for. Subscribe now and see the game through Blue Tinted Glasses.
Well then, Mahrez has made something of that. It's Mahrez! 2-0 to Leicester City!
Next to it, Anthony Kanaka finds Wood. Wood should score. Wood finds Kanaka. Yes!
Here comes Leicester again with Heskey and Ibbett! Oh, this is incredible.
Got Jamie Vardy with him. Jamie Vardy sets off. Jamie Vardy!
Blue Tinted Glasses, the home of Leicester City talk on YouTube.
Good evening and welcome back to Blue Tinted Glasses. It is time for a call-in show. It's been a while. I think it's been about, 3 weeks, something like that, since the last call-in show. So welcome back to the call-in show. Glad we are back doing this. Hopefully there's plenty of people calling in to come and have their say, because a lot's happened since the last call-in show. The transfer window closed. We had a couple wins, maybe a loss as well, since the last call-in show. So lots to discuss. Only 6 days until Leicester are back in action. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, make sure to get your to come onto the call-in show, and also if you're not calling in, make sure to just get your comments in throughout the evening. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit subscribe as well. Right, we're going to get straight into it off the bat. And the first caller is going to be Charles. Charles from the Dallas Foxes is going to be up first. So get ready, Charles. I'm going to bring you up in just a second, mate. Mr. Mod, a call-in show. What's one of those? Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. JJ LCFC. Look at that. JJ LCFC with the JJ profile picture. You know I'm a big fan of JJ, mate. I love it. Love it. There's the link if you want to come and have your say. Just click that link and come and join the call-in show. Daniel O'Connor, hope you're doing well, mate. Always here, even though you're not a Leicester fan. Big shout out to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hello to Ryan. Phil is here as well. Kunal, Zola, good evening, mate. Wolf Henry's here, as always. Gareth, evening, everyone. Thanks for putting this on tonight, mate. My pleasure, my pleasure. Thanks for being a part of the chat. That's all that matters. Tony says Marty got a nice problem now of picking his best team for Saturday. That is true. That is true. Oddball afternoon from Canada, everybody. Afternoon to you, Oddball, mate. Hope you are doing well. Right, let's start the call-in show. As I said, it is going to be Charles up first. Let me just do a little bit of thingy. There we go. Click that and click that. Charles, what is going on, my friend? How's things?
I'm good, Locks. How you doing?
Good, mate. Good to see you. What's going on in the life of Charles? How are you?
Good old US of A. Oh, we're drugging along. So, Mr. Football. Hey, this
yes,
international break after like 4 games is just destroying me. I used to follow England, but this is boring as hell. Southgate was boring. This is boring, I think. And our group is just, we're going to walk it. And without soccer, I was going to watch the ladies yesterday, Leicester ladies, but they got thumped.
Did they? So, what was the score? I didn't see.
4-0. But then, against Man United, I think it was. But they've got a few more players coming in, and they're supposed to be okay. But I think last year we just have survived getting relegation. I think one gets put down, but there's a new team called London City who seem to be doing quite well. Going to buy players. But anyway. So my topic today is my shirt came. Okay.
Very nice. Very nice. I haven't got mine here, unfortunately, but yeah.
Well, I'm disappointed. Because everybody was raving about it. I mean, I like the pink, and I bought it for the pink. But when it turned up, it's like something from Walmart. I mean, this is it. Look, this is 2 years ago. Okay, this is a straightforward pink shirt. The logo is plastic, but there's no collar, right? So this is from 2 years ago. This is on the back, you've got LCSC. And a nice collar, right? And then the training gear last year was exactly the same as this shirt. So nothing on the back. But the training shirt is like 30 quid cheaper. This is like 70 quid or something, 80 quid. So, hey, it is what it is. But
I think you're being a bit harsh, mate. It is my favourite of the three.
It is my favourite. But if you look at, I think the Leicester one is the 10-year logo. You know, it's like, I don't know if it's hand stitched, but this is plastic. The other one, well, whatever it is, the other one has got a gold fox on it and things like that. That's much better, you know. But this one is just...
I'll tell you what else the home kit has. This was a talking point a while ago, a few weeks ago. I don't know if everybody is aware of this yet. The home kit has an NFC reader in the badge.
I don't know what it is. I'm old school, so what is it?
An NFC reader is, I don't know how to describe it. It's called non something, I don't know. Anyway, it's basically where if you hold your phone to the badge, it now flashes up on your phone like the Leicester app with the latest news, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
You just hold it to the badge, but that's not on the away or the third kit. So now anybody at home, if you've got the home kit at home and you weren't aware of this, grab your home kit, get your phone, hold it to the badge, and you'll see it flashes up. There we go.
And that's the same price as this one.
Yeah. You get extra. Yeah.
No, I've got too many blue ones. I do get the coloured ones now. I get the orange, or they get the third strip now. Much better. So anyway.
I like the dark. I like the dark one. I like the third kit. I think that's quite nice. The third kit.
This is the third kit.
Nice.
The other one's the second kit.
Yeah.
This is the third kit. This is the third.
Yeah,
it's just a bit.
I get confused.
When I opened it up, I thought the colour's the same, and no LCFC. I know, but I like the colour. My wife doesn't, but. You know, she's one of these women that say, you know, you can't wear pink, you're a man. I went, okay. Into Miami, right?
Yeah.
Messi wears one. So, I missed the football. But Oxford next Saturday, I think. So that should be pretty good. Be interesting to see what team Marty puts out. I think he'll put our new striker on, I think, but the other two may have to wait. I hope not. But I can see Winks.
I was going to say, you're looking forward to seeing. Yeah, but I was going to say, you looking forward to seeing some of the new players?
Yeah, definitely. Your guys, well, Jordan, I think he's going to rip this place apart. I think it should be pretty good. What I've seen.
I can't wait. I know. I can't wait.
I hope it's not going to go like, but it looks exciting. I mean, box to box, he's aggressive. It's just what we need, and he could be better than El Canoes probably. I mean,
wow.
Who's El Canoes? Who's El Canoes? Screw him. He's gone.
I did see. I don't know if you saw it. Let me try and get it up here. Let's find it. He played today against none other than Patsendaka Zambia. They played each other today in the. I think it was the qualifiers, the World Cup qualifiers. So he got dragged after 70 minutes for putting in a stinking performance. As you can see there, player facts, Bilal El Khanous has lost the most duels in the match. So yeah, although they did win the game, so I can't gloat too much. But yeah. Oh, sorry, Charles. I think I can hear El Khanous talking.
Yeah, there's the rat.
I thought he'd left. I thought he'd left Leicestershire.
Yeah. I did give him the benefit of the doubt, but you know, when you said that he did sort of put a black thing on his Twitter page or whatever it is, and things like and then that's turned me off completely. Anyway. So, but we got some good players in, I think, and it should be good. I'm optimistic. So better than last year, obviously, because we need some sort of breath of fresh air. And now we've got Marty and these news guys coming in at the last minute. Should be good. I'm looking forward to it. So
I think I agree with you. Like I'm most excited to see Ramsey and Jordan James, but I think Carranza, the striker, he'll start straight away. I think he'll start this weekend. I don't think actually, I take that back. I think Ramsey and Carranza will start because Jordan James is the only one of the three that's away with internationals. Obviously, he's playing tomorrow as well for Wales. The other two have been in training, obviously. They'll get a few training sessions in. But also, I think Aaron Ramsey, I think he will play in that number 10 because although Lewis Page, I think, has done a fairly good job for his age coming in, it's not been a perfect start for him, but it's been a good start for somebody who's 16 or 17, whatever he is now. I just think Marty would rather him come off the bench. And I think that's what will happen. So I can see Aaron Ramsey starting in the number 10, and I think he'll keep the midfield two of Bouba Samari and Oliver Skip the same after the win against Birmingham, because they both did. Look, we know they're just so unreliable, the pair of them. But they won the game. They did well in that Birmingham game, so it would be quite harsh to drop them.
Right. And I guess they're training. Jordan James Jordan James is away. Aaron Ramsey's training, so you may look at him and say, okay, I'll start you. Especially if they start when they come back. Jordan James comes back and he's training as well. He'll probably get in. Hopefully, we need to see him. Freshen it up a bit. Freshen it up.
I envisage our best midfield being Samare, James, Ramsey. I just don't think Skip's it. I would rather Samare over Skip. I really would. This is the problem with them though, Charles. I mean, if they were both consistent, they'd be great players. I think Skip and Samare. Yeah. Like in the odd time they put in a good performance, they look good, right? But they go from great to shit in the space of a week. So it's super. And we've known this with Samari for so long. Like so many people, including myself, have said, "There's a player there. There's a player there. We just need to see it more, and we just never see it." But on against Birmingham, we saw it a bit more. So
and the old transfer window is I think Turkey is Wednesday and Turkey is Friday and Saudi's Wednesday. So,
is Italy still open or is that closed now?
No, it's closed. Yeah, I think it's somebody said Portugal as well, but they haven't got any money. It's the Saudis and the Turks who are going to have any money to come in for the rumor about Fast not playing yesterday again, that he's looking for a move. Because Belgium.
Well, he was left out of the squad. Yeah, he was left out of the Belgium squad for the reason that he could seek a move.
Okay. Nothing's come so far. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? I think a bit of self-awareness is needed because, all he's done for the last 2 years is talk about leaving Leicester and no one's come in for him because you're shit. Like, I just think you need to just realise it, mate. You know what I mean? And he's still got 2 years left, Charles. He's not even one of the 1 year gang. He's got 2 years left. So, I don't know what happens with him because I think Marty's making the right call to leave him out and Winks out. I think when they're needed, they come on, right? We saw it with Fass in quite a few games already, right? I think has he come on every game maybe, Fass this season or at least 3 out of the 4? Yeah, at least 3 out of the 4 he's come on. But I think not starting him is the right call because he doesn't want to be here. He's constantly disrespecting the club by wanting to leave. So let him sit on the bench, and if we need him, then you can bring him on. And I think we did that with Winks initially. We didn't really need him against Birmingham, so he never came on. You know what I mean? He was, so.
And I want him out, so I want Winks out. I think Winks is seems to be, from the outside looking in, may get it wrong, he looks a complete troublemaker. I mean, his whole attitude is probably the worst in the whole team, I think. I mean, it seems to be, the goal, not celebrating and just going down the tunnel, not acknowledging fans. It looks like he's checked out. I mean, his performances are pretty good. I wish he just, if he doesn't get a move in the next week, this next few days, 4 days, he needs to improve his attitude, and then he may get picked or even get pulled on. I don't know.
Tony says Fass ain't good enough. The move chat is a cover up. We'll have to see. Mr. Mod reckons I wouldn't change the lineup for Oxford. Great depth on the bench to change the game. Belgium as well, and Swiss, but I can't see him going to either of them countries. Kranza will have to be decent with how much the club keep pushing him. Yeah, they do keep pushing him, but and then the last one there from JP. Hopefully, we have seen the last of Daka, Ayu, and Samare. I think you're mistaken, JP. I don't think you've seen the last of. Don't think you've seen the last of Ayu, and I don't think you've seen the last of Samare, especially Samare. I think he's going to be a key part of this midfield this season until we can bring another man in. So there's a new goalkeeper as well. That took us by surprise, Charles, on whenever it was, Saturday, was it? Something like that?
Yeah, from Real Betis, yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, I always think of the, free agents, or is he a free agent? He was a free agent. I was just looking at the English version. I forgot about all the rest because he came from Spain, obviously. They've got a whole list of free agents as well, so we picked him up, yeah. And I think he played most of the games during the run-up. He didn't play the final in Europe, the Conference Cup, or whatever the thing's called. He didn't play against Chelsea when they got thumped 4-1, but I think he played a lot of the other games. So, but for for free, and they're probably not paying a lot. Feels that it fits in the gap that we had. So yeah, I mean, never heard of him. Don't ever seen him play, but hey, he's going to be better than Danny Ward. I'm better than Danny Ward.
Yeah, I think it was quite obvious that they were after a keeper in the window, and there was the deal that rumored to fall through towards the end. So they picked up a free. It's pretty risk free. Yeah, he won't play much, will he? It'll be Jakub. Begovic will now probably never play a game. He's probably just a part-time coach, which I think's the most likely outcome there. And then we've got a third in. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be. I'm excited to see the new guys in the squad, see what they can do, and I think all three will feature on the weekend in some capacity. I think Jordan James will be on the bench. I don't think he'll start. I think he'll get in two because Wales play tomorrow. They are at home, which means he doesn't need to travel too far. So maybe he'll go straight into training on Thursday, Friday. He might get a session in or 2 sessions in. That's it. So I think he'll be on the bench. So we'll see. Charles, thanks, mate. Thanks for calling in.
All right.
Much appreciated.
I'll give my plug in at Foxes on the Box. If you want to, anybody got insomnia, we're on live at 1 a.m. British Standard Greenwich Mean Time. Or you can watch us on the repeat tomorrow. We got like 450 views the other day. That's good for us.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, 1 a.m.
All right,
tonight.
Thanks, yeah, well, 1 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, 7 o'clock our time, 7 o'clock p.m. 7 o'clock in the States, Central Standard Time, which is 1 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time.
Great.
Or watch it on YouTube afterwards.
Yeah, or watch it. Yeah, when you wake up tomorrow. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna listen to it in the gym tomorrow morning. That's what I'm gonna do.
There you go.
I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow morning. All right, cheers, mate. See you very soon. All the best. See you in a bit, mate. See you in a bit. I'm gonna sit here. Right, up next is gonna be, where is he? There he is, Ryan. Ryan up next, then it's gonna be Greek Fox in the Box, and it's gonna be Ross. Ryan Greek. I'm just gonna call you Greek for a second, mate, because it's quicker. Ryan Greek Ross. That's the order. Scarlett, thoughts on Rudder's activity this window? Do you think he has had help, as it's probably his best window? We say it's his best window. Is it his best window? Because we think it's his best window because the expectations were on the floor. This is the way I see it anyway. The expectations were on the floor, so anything he did with regards to outgoings and incomings were going to be all right. We're going to be good. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one. Hermanson, 18 million, although in hindsight, obviously, he had that really bad start to the season, but still, I would have liked a bit more for him. Bilal would have liked the money now up front rather than a loan, but hey-ho. Would have maybe liked a permanent deal, but I suppose if PSR didn't allow it, then it didn't allow it. You know, what can you do? So, yeah, I just think maybe people are giving him slightly too much credit. I'm not criticising him. I think he didn't do anything wrong. I just think there definitely could have been more. But yeah, who knows? Maybe he's got help. I don't know. Right, or maybe he just thought, actually, maybe we should accept low offers for our shit players. Maybe that's what we should do. And that's what he did. He's just doing his job at the end of the day. It's just he hasn't been doing his job previously. Right, let's get on the next call. It's going to be Ryan. Let me click that again. And here he is. What's going on, mate?
Hello, Logs. How you doing, pal?
All good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I've enjoyed this international break. Yeah, nothing much has happened Leicester City related apart from the shock surprise sign of another goalkeeper. That took me by surprise. Did you?
Yeah, I mean, it surprised me just because it kind of came out of the blue, right? Like it was quite obvious we were after a keeper. But yeah, the announcement that we'd signed one did take me by surprise a little bit because we were after that. Was it Omlin or something like that from?
Yeah, from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Yeah, that's who we were after, and obviously it fell through, didn't it? Yeah. So it became clear that we were after another keeper, wasn't it?
Yeah. But maybe we've still got time. Maybe we'll get like Patrick Bamford through the door or something.
Oh, not him. Oh, God.
I reckon he's after a move to Saudi Arabia or something.
one thing I will admit, Patrick Bamford is definitely worse than Patson Daka.
I don't think he is. I think Daka's worse. I think if obviously he's a free agent now, but I think if we swap Daka for Bamford, I would probably take it.
Well, Bamford didn't score 4 goals in the game, did he? Unlike Patson Daka.
I bet he has before. I bet Bamford scored 4 goals in a game before. Bet he has.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're both shit. I just really hate Patson Daka. But
what about this Bilal Kanouse thing? Because obviously we had a little bit of a fiery debate on social media, but as it turned out, I was right throughout that, and that Bilal's left. And even though it was not a permanent deal, it will become permanent next summer because his obligation to buy. But yeah, I just think he left a sour taste in the mouth the way he left, really.
Yeah. He clearly wanted to move the whole window. He was patient at first, right? Which is why he kind of played in the friendlies. And I think he played in the first game of the season as well, of course, where he got 2 assists. And yeah, I think when he got those 2 assists, mate, I think just a part of me thought he might stay and like just tear up the league and get a big move next summer. But yeah, I mean, he didn't. He started playing games. There were reports coming out that he'd asked to leave. There was reports from Sasha, his dad, or his sugar daddy, I don't know, whatever you want to call him, Sasha Taglieri. He said that Bilal was happy to sit in the stands this season if he didn't get the move that he wanted. Everyone said it's bullshit, and then guess what? He did sit in the stands for the game against Birmingham. And yeah, and then he did that weird thing which footballers do these days. They change their profile picture to just a black screen. He got the reaction he wanted. He got people kicking off, and then he changed it back. He's a little rat, to be honest. That's what Bilal Kanouse is. He's a rat. He's a rat.
Yeah,
and
unfortunately,
he didn't get the big move. He's gone to Stuttgart. Well done, mate. Well done for your big, glamorous move to Stuttgart. I hope you really enjoy it, mate.
Yeah, I think it's best to now move on from that way, obviously. But yeah,
well, he is still speaking. Bilal, is that you? Bilal?
Yeah, that is Bilal.
Yeah.
But anyways, about this, about the transfer window as a whole, I don't think it's been too bad. It could have been, I'd say, a little bit better. We could have done with Fast going, Harry Winks going as well. But who knows? There's still time for Fast to go. I'm not sure. Is the Turkish window still open? Because he was linked with the move to Besiktas at one stage. So there's still a chance.
Yeah, he was, but the manager got sacked.
Yeah,
so I think that changed it. Was it Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Right?
Yeah,
Got sacked.
He got the sack. Yeah.
So I think that's or maybe Wilfred Ndidi just had a word and said, please don't give me another 3 years in front of Wout Fast. I beg you. Maybe that's what happened. Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I think the transfer window, I don't think it's been too bad. So I'm impressed with the loan signings that we brought in. I think the John James one, I think is the best one out of the bunch. So I'm looking forward to seeing him play because it will give us what we've badly missed, really, and that is a box-to-box type of player that will get us up and down the pitch with a little bit of engine room, because our build-up play has been a bit slow in the games that we've played so far.
Yeah.
I just think it needs quickening up a bit.
I would agree. I think you saw the Birmingham game the Charlton game, where we didn't even get it forward that quickly, but for the goal, right, we kind of played a bit of tippy tappy at the back and then broke forward, and you had Samari getting, and Samari wasn't quick enough for me, but still he got it into the feet of Abdul, who scored a goal, and that's the type of football that you want to see. You want to see you win the ball back deep and then go for it. I think I don't know about you, mate, and I don't know about people in the chat. I personally think there has been a clear change from Marty from the first 2 games to the last 2 games. I think in the last couple of games, we sat deeper. It wasn't as they call it, suicide ball. It wasn't as chaotic, I don't think. I think in the first couple of games, and probably in the preseason games as well, it was very, very reckless. It was kind of, it was very quick, very urgent. It was a lot quicker, but we were losing the ball more often. And I think Marty has slowed it down slightly, which has helped. I do think it has helped. It has also helped playing deeper with Luke Thomas and Yannick Vestergaard, because as we saw from the first couple of games, all it took was one ball over the top to that left-hand side, our left-hand side, and they were in. And I think Marty's gone a little bit deeper so that there's less running needed from Yannick and Luke, which has kind of helped them out as well. So,
I would say what didn't help, because in the Preston game, they exploited our weakness, and that was where we were committing ourselves high up the pitch, and Preston exposed our high defensive line, and that is not going to suit Yannick. So I think that was probably the game that made Marty realise that we're going to have to drop a bit deeper. That would suit Yannick, which I think reflected on the game against Birmingham. I thought Yannick was a rare occasion. I would say this about Yannick. I thought he was superb against Birmingham. I thought he was one of the best players on the night.
People hate it when I say this, and Manny hates it, but I say it nearly every week. I like Yannick Vestergaard. I am I'm trying to think of a nickname. No, that don't work. Never mind. Anyway, I like him. I think in the Championship, I think that's his level. I'm not saying he's better in the Championship. Yeah. I'm saying that is his level. Nor am I saying that I think we should give him another contract, even though he's still got, a year, 18 months left, nearly 2 years left. I know this, but I think he's better. This is always a debate. I like him. I think
he's better than Fass.
I think he's better than Fass, and everyone calls me crazy for it. Everybody calls me crazy for saying this. I think he's better than Fass. I think he's better on the ball. I think he's more passionate. His effort levels are higher. I think
he's not as arrogant as Fass.
He's not as arrogant, and I think he's very vocal. And I keep explaining this to people, but if there's a refereeing decision that goes against us, he's straight in the referee's ear, referee's ear. Yeah, exactly, Peaches. I know the bar is low, and that's why I like Vestergaard. Of course, long term, Ryan, we all want to see a Coley and Nelson. That's what we want to see.
We all do, yeah.
But Nelson had a car crash. He had a car crash against Huddersfield.
I was a bit disappointed with that.
Vestergaard's been better, although I think Okoli's been quite poor.
Yeah, you could make an argument. You could probably put Ben Nelson and Yannick together. That could work, maybe. But yeah, I think it would be unfair to change the team, I would say, for the next game. I think it's a Saturday against Oxford. I'll probably say go with the same team. Don't change it, really. Even though there's an argument, even though there's an argument to suggest, I know you're going to say it, that Kwanzaa and Ramsey should start, and I understand that. But why would you change it? Because we have been winning games and we've been keeping clean sheets, haven't we?
Because Jordan Ayew hasn't been good enough. He's not been good enough. He slowed everything down.
I get that.
I think if you drop Ayew, though, he's going to have it. I think he's going to throw a strop. Do you remember the reports last season that he was disappointed with his game time when he was playing every week? You know what I mean? He was playing every week.
On the right wing.
He was playing. He was playing out wide. He was playing number 9. He was playing number 10. He was playing he was playing everywhere. and he was disappointed with his game. I couldn't believe it when I read that. But I think you throw Carranza in. I think you throw Carranza in. Yeah, I think he will. The only thing I would say though, Ryan, is maybe he starts Carranza and plays Ayew in the 10. I could see that. Because that's what he's been doing in games. He's been bringing on Daka and moving Ayew to the 10.
Yeah, and you got to bear in mind, Aaron Ramsey's still recuperating from this lengthy injury that he got last year. So I could see the logic in that. So I totally get it if he decides to go with it. But in hindsight, I honestly think, whether it's the same team or whether he puts out one or two new signings in there, I think we'll definitely beat Oxford comfortably. It's the first time I've ever been confident about a game for ages.
Yeah,
never been this confident for ages for a game on the Saturday. I think we'll beat Oxford comfortably.
Yeah. Peter says, to be fair, he was talking about his game time under Cooper where he was just a super sub. Scott says, who ends up as the top goal scorer for Leicester this season? What are you going with, Ryan? It's going to be Fatau, isn't it? It's got to be.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Although there could be an argument. Or I'll put one better. What about Monga?
No. He won't be top goal scorer.
I was only saying that if Manny's listening.
I said
listening.
In my preseason predictions, I said Ayew. Yeah.
Definitely won't be Ayew. It won't be him.
Although, I think I might have said Ayew was like the championship top goal scorer. I don't know what. I can't remember what I said. You should be able to tell me. You've been doing all the auditing recently on YouTube. I've seen logging all. You should be able to tell me what my predictions are. Yeah, I don't know.
God. I'm just a beginner, really. So
I think I definitely had. I'm 99% sure I had Ayew as Leicester's top goal scorer, and no, I didn't. I don't think we did top goal scorer. I think I had Ayew as Leicester's player of the season. I had Ayew as Leicester's player of the season and Monga Young, but it's going to be Fatau. We all know it's going to be Abdul Fatau.
Yeah, I think it would definitely be him. It would be Fatau. He's too good for that league. No brainer.
We'll have to do a video. I'm going to do a video with Jack and Nil and who else was on it? Ethan. We're going to do a video maybe Christmas time, and we'll do a halfway reaction to the predictions that we made, and then we'll do it again at the end of the season, because I had Sheffield United as title winners, and that's
my God, that's not gone well, has it? Goodness me, Sellis will be sacked. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, and I think I had Leicester as automatic. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember what I had, but
I think I had those to go up automatically. Definitely, I'm sure.
Although Ethan had top championship goal scorer, George Hurst.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
George
how mad
Hurst.
is that? He had George Hurst as top championship goal scorer, which is crazy. I don't know who had the craziest. I don't think was that. Yeah, Ethan definitely had the craziest prediction. Yeah, and then Sheffield United. So hopefully it's Carranza. As Carol said, I would love Carranza to come in and score.
I hope he has a good season.
Yeah,
I really do.
Absolutely. I agree with you, mate. Right, I'm going to let you go, Ryan, mate. Thanks for calling. Much appreciated. We'll see you very soon, mate. All the best. Cheers, pal. See you soon. Right. Greek, Fox in the box. Get ready, my friend. Right, let's get him in. Here he is. What's going on, mate? Look, he's doing it. What's going on?
I've done it. How are you today, Locks? How are we doing?
Nice shirt, mate. I love that. You got a name on the back?
Yeah. BY.TO, that's the captain.
Oh, nice. I had a Greek shirt a few years ago. Who was the striker that used to play for Fulham or something? He used to play for Fulham. He was a Greek striker.
You should play for Fulham?
Maybe not Fulham. Who's the guy with the beard and the receding hairline?
I could literally be anyone. I can't lie.
That could be just any Greek person. No, it was Mitroglou. Kostas
Oh my
Mitroglou.
days.
Yeah, he played for Fulham.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
just
Greek.
clocked him.
I got a
Alan
Greek
just
shirt
clocked it.
with his name on the back from. I got that in COS, but yeah, yeah.
No,
He was
that's sick.
But you guys have one of the best young talents in the world right now. Say his name for me.
Remember the name? Kostas Karetsas. Remember that name.
He's a baller. He's an absolute baller. I was
This guy is
gonna recommend
absolute
him
filth.
in. Yeah, I was going to recommend him in one of the scouting reports, but then I realised he's already valued at like £30 million. So I was like, well, there's no fucking chance of that happening, is there? I've got no chance.
Nah.
But he's great. He's incredible. I can't wait to see what he's got going on in the future, for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy how good he is. He's already 17 and he scored his first senior goal for our country not too long ago.
Yeah, he's going to be good, mate. He's going to be good. Talk to me, mate. What's going on? How are you feeling now, mate, about Leicester City and the transfers and all of this stuff?
Do you know what? I think that's probably one of the better deadline days in recent times in terms of Leicester. Because we got Carranza over the line, we've got Aaron Ramsey, Jordan James. I like him as well. He's exactly what we needed. It's exactly what we missed. Like, they're so long. Like a box-to-box midfielder that can actually do his job. And he does well.
Well, I keep saying it's like he's not the Dewsbury Hall replacement, because he's not going to be as good as Dewsbury Hall. But he could be in the future, because I think he's better now than Dewsbury Hall was at 21 years old. But he's what we need, what we've needed since Dewsbury Hall left. We've not had that player that will consistently, pick up the ball deep. He's quite physical. He gets the ball forward, carries the ball box to box. He can get in the box to finish chances. He can get in his own box to defend chances. I think it's what we need. And I think it's a great signing. And I am right on the Jordan James, the JJ hype train, as everybody knows.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see him. What about Carranza, then, mate? You look forward to seeing a new striker?
Yeah, we're looking forward to him, actually. I mean, he's going to be around a bunch of lads that want to give everything for the badge. As we saw in Birmingham that Friday. He's going to be around the players that actually want to be here, want to play, and just want to give their all, have a bit of a scrap as well.
Yeah. Do you think he'll start ahead of IU on the weekend?
I think so. He should start really ahead of IU. Even if that means putting IU in the 10.
Yeah. I think that's what could happen.
Yeah.
I think that's what could happen. I would much rather see
either Lewis Page or Ramsey.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what they're like. They're probably
Fossop says
really...
you remind him of Vardiol. He says you remind him of Vardiol. Yeah. From Man City, yeah.
No. You know what?
It's a compliment.
Yeah. Also, about our 10s, we've got Lewis Page, who's really young, really raw, and he's done well, against Birmingham. Matter of fact, I was actually at the game that day. I mean, it was pretty good. I don't think I could say the name of a single player that was really horrid that day. Everybody did their job. Everyone just was solid. And there was no need for Alcanus as well. No need for the guy who was forcing a transfer. And look at that, he's just gone Stuttgart.
Stuttgart. That's what he forced a move for. He forced a move for Stuttgart. How embarrassing is that, mate? Shocking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, even Panathinaikos' right back Vagiannidis, who's on the starting lineup today, he got a big move to Sporting. And even Ioannidis got a move to Sporting as well. And I don't think he's that good of a striker.
Can you hear him?
Hey, Bilal, you all right, mate? What's good down there?
Yeah, mate. What do you reckon to Oxford, mate? Because on paper, every team we play against, it's just like, oh well, we should win. It's never easy in the Championship, but early kickoff, 12:30. We're gonna play harder teams. Hopefully we can win.
Yeah, I think Oxford might go for like a back five. They've done it throughout the season. I think they're going to do it again, because that back five would enable our wingers like Fatawa and Mongo and Avadide, like as little space as possible. And I think I remember like when Anil was speaking about what's it called in Preston and Sheffield Wednesday games after them two games. He said that the best way for other teams to defend against us would be the 4+1, like Sheffield Wednesday did for Fatawu and Preston as well. So it will be interesting to see how we react and how Mate changes his tactics and stuff, and to see if we could either go more direct and just go directly at them, or just sit back like the other games, like the previous ones.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see, mate. It'll be interesting to see. I hope we win. I hope we win off the back of the international, because we've got this positivity since deadline day, and it's just like we want to see the new players now, and hopefully we see them on the weekend and we get the 3 points. That'll be mega. I think a lot of fans will be positive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a good vibe around the club right now. It's not been like that for quite a long time, so the fans will definitely be really pumped up as well.
Well, it's the first time since Enzo left, I think, that there's a positive feeling again, somewhat a positive feeling. So yeah, we'll see, mate. We'll see. Hopefully we get the win. Hopefully we'll get the win, and we'll be sat here next Monday, smiles. Although you always smile, you're always smiling, mate. You're always smiling.
Of course.
There we go. Right, mate. Cheers for calling in, pal. Much appreciated.
Have a good one,
we'll see you
Locks.
very soon, mate. All the best.
See
Enjoy the rest
you
of your
soon.
week, mate. Nice one, mate. All the best. Right, up next is Ross, Jack, Manny. That's the final order. No more callers. Ross, Jack, Manny. There we go. That's the three. The big three. Get ready, Ross. He's ready. He is ready. Yes, the sound, mate. The sound. Right, here is Ross. What's going on, mate?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, since you can't play it, basically, it was take me back to Filbert Street. Hang on. It was basically, I'll watch, these nostalgia videos that everyone keeps watching on the internet. Take me back to the 90s, the 80s, the noughties. Take me back to Filbert Street from 1999, 2000, and with the likes of Impey, Tim Flowers. This is what I grew up with. Tim Flowers, Andy Impey, Frank Sinclair, Walsh, Tags, Elliott, Izzet, Lennon, Savage, Guppy, Cotty and Heskey. Oh, what a nostalgia. It just makes, I had a little tear in my eye, to be fair, I'm not going to lie, listening to it. So, yeah.
Yeah, mate. You start us off very deep there, Ross, mate.
No, I was just saying, Zagorakis. So obviously, the Greek geezer just then, Theo Zagorakis too. I put him in the video too. So yes, yeah. Oh dear. Well, obviously, where do we begin? Obviously, it's been a few weeks since you last called in show. Obviously, and a lot's happened in a few weeks. A couple of loans in. We've not spent a penny. PSR ain't going to get us this year. We spent £3 million, and that guy's out on loan. The Julian Carranza. Obviously, I ain't seen him much play, I'll be honest. So I look forward to seeing him. I think he'll come at debut against Coventry, because that's who we play the week after against Oxford.
What day is that, Ross?
So both of them, these next 3 games: Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. Oxford away, Coventry at home, and then West Brom away on the Friday night.
And then Wrexham Tuesday.
Wrexham. That'll be fun.
I'm going on holiday. So I'm going to miss the Wrexham game, which is very annoying.
You can't miss it. I'm sure you can find a.
No, I'm travelling that day.
Oh, Beret, just ask the flight attendant to put a game on.
Don't think you're getting that on EasyJet, mate.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. Now, watch Leicester win.
Until Kiefer Moore scores a hat trick. Lovely stuff.
Or Danny Ward plays a blinder. But no,
you know that's
obviously,
gonna happen.
we've got a new one. Double J's gone, and obviously got a new Double J in Jordan James. Let's talk about it. Meaning the signings that players that have gone. McAteer, 12 million quid. Don't know what. Listen, I love McAteer, brilliant championship player, but 12 million. I don't know what Ipswich have been smoking there, but hey, there you go. The only man to lose at Preston twice this season, Casey McAteer. Then you've got, who else you got? You've got James Justin. Let's be honest, before his injury, brilliant. After his injury, he's not been great, has he? But 10 million quid. Leeds, they've definitely been lending some off RVD, I tell you, smoking that pipe of theirs. Hermanson, 18 million, obviously, he's been shocking. I won't say he's been shocking, but obviously conceded a lot of goals, don't help. Mr. Podcast has gone. Do you know the good thing is? The wage structure, the wage bill. We have cut down that dramatically. As much as we love Mr. Bardi, who good luck to him at Cremonese. Number 10, JV10, doesn't sound right, but good luck to him. You never know, they might win Serie A. They've won 2 in a row already. Who else? Obviously, loads of people off the wage book. There we go. My chips are in the fry now. I'm happy that we've cut down on the wage bill massively. I'm happy about that. As much as we're all gutted Vardy's gone, it was time. Storybook ending. And all the other players that have indeed gone with 80k a week, something like that. Jack Whistle knows, he knows all maths and everything. But I think it's been a pretty decent window. And Fatal staying was massive. Bilal El Krynous, obviously he's gone. It's nice if you don't want to play. That reminds me of bloody Fifel.
I'd love to see you in a room with Bilal. What would you say to him?
He won't be able to understand me anyway. I
think it would go something like this.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Well, he's crazy.
And his name is John C.
Well, he is crazy like AJ Lee, but it's just one of them things. It's just, do you know what? I'm a lot positive. Obviously we've had all this summer about points deductions and all that stuff, and at the minute nothing's happening. Nothing's happened to it until anything gets announced. We ain't getting a points deduction. So obviously Oxford on Saturday is going to be tough. People need to understand no game is an easy game at all. People at Oxford are a good side. They drew against Coventry, and Coventry are flying. See, from that one, I've made one myself, but instead of I put drinks Ribena instead because it rhymes with Argentina. Julian Carranza from Argentina. He drinks Ribena. Leicester are massive.
Why Ribena?
It rhymes with Argentina. I don't know. He's just end of the day, everyone's having a bit of fun with it. I just saw Ribena. I thought, fuck it. But then again, we're not very much creative, are we? So
is there not like a?
There's others. People have made some good others.
I'm just thinking, is there an Argentine like food or drink that you can throw in there instead?
Don't cry for me, Argentina. It should be please score a goal, Julian Carranza. I'm making up on the spot, all right. I'm currently.
Here we go. Apparently, in Argentina, they drink Fernet Branca.
Well, that was a quick Google search.
Ribena.
No, it was only because it was rhymes with it. All right, not genius. I'm just saying, it was just. I put one out because every time I put a video out, the next minute it was down another player.
Yeah.
Crazy. But no, obviously Oxford is a tough game on Saturday. It's an early kickoff, and then we've got obviously the scumbags the week after. They're on a good form. Obviously, Oxford drew to Coventry last week. The other week, Because on one thing I hate, and I think we can all agree, international break is the worst. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. 4 games in, and then all of a sudden, we've got to watch England's... Well, I didn't suffer watching it, but people got to suffer and watch us play Andorra. So it is what it is. Oh, people are all going for it now. Greek box in the Fox. I can't pronounce his name. Fox it box and that. But I'm overall liking it. Obviously people talk. You said about Vestergaard. I'm a big Vestergaard fan, and Whistle will tell you when he comes on. I said in the summer, keep Vestergaard, and I've said it on your show. Keep Vestergaard and put him up next to either Ben Nelson or a Coley, and I think he's been great. Championship player, fantastic. Premier League, no. However, if we're going to get out of this championship, we need people that can understand this league. And obviously, last time he was under Enzo, he was brilliant. And in fact, he scored. He scored a goal. Not many people can say that, can they? And he's going to be a big key. And do you know what? Do you want to be interesting? Ben Nelson was on loan at Oxford last season. And it's a bit ironic we're playing this Saturday. I believe that he will start against Oxford Nelson with Vestergaard.
No way.
Listen, I don't know. Maybe not. But if you keep the same team, brilliant. The players will slowly come into the side. Julian, Carranza, Jordan James, Aaron Ramsey. Burnley, Aaron Ramsey.
Well, I think whichever of them don't start, I think will come off the bench.
Yes.
Against Oxford.
They can't just waltz in, and because obviously that boosts their ego. And you talk about egos. Faz has the biggest ego ever. He's always talking about his plans to leave us, where no fuckers come in for him. Even other clubs don't want him. We don't want him, but for some reason, obviously, he comes on, he'll do a job, fair enough, but he's not a starter anymore.
Yeah.
Not a starter anymore.
Mate, I agree with you. That's what I think's happening. I think Marty's leaving him out, and then he'll use him when we need him.
This is why I like Marty. This is why obviously I like Marty Cifuentes. He don't give excuse the language. He don't give a fuck who you are. Doesn't matter if you're the low like a jobber or if you're the top superstar or whatever. End of the day, if your attitude's not there, you ain't playing. Simple as. As well, I mean, and you look at Canoes. He didn't play. He didn't start. At the end of the day, after Preston, didn't play again. He said his head's not right there, and it wasn't because playing players that don't want to be here. No, what's the point? So, but yeah, I think Oxford will be tough. Like I said, but people need to understand that just because Oxford United doesn't mean we're going to automatically win. They're a good side. So little Ross's wrestling knowledge applied to football. It is. End of the day, it doesn't matter if you're an 16-year-old Jeremy Monga who's only just he's coming in developmental, in other words, the academy, or if you're experienced like Hamza Chowdhury. He's probably one of our most experienced players.
Let me tell you something, brother.
I don't know why I'm doing that because I can't stand that guy. But
Ross, we're going to end it there, mate. We're going to end it there. Cheers, mate. All the best. We'll see you very soon, mate.
Yeah, thank
what
you.
the fuck was that?
But it's my new little thing I've been doing. So every time I've got a sale at work, I go,
oh, here we go. Oh, God.
Shooter McGavin, like a bit of Shooter McGavin in there. So, and I've been playing football LMA Manager recently. Someone, you're going to clip that, aren't you, now? Fuck.
I can't believe you've just done that in front of everybody. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Right.
Listen, I've done worse on this show. Come on. I've dressed up. I've been in Iceland, Tesco, Costco.
That was worse.
No, it is. I know Whistle's on next,
mate.
so...
Yeah, all the best, mate. See you very soon. Last callers of the day. The last two is going to be Jack and then Manny. So here is the final whistle. Here he comes. What's going on, mate? How are you?
How are we? Okay.
All good, mate. All good. Oh, mate, lots to talk about. I mean, well, what do you want to talk about? Because tonight we've spoken about the kits. For some reason, we spoke about the new signings. I want you. We spoke about the rat, Bilal Ratatouille. What do you think? What's going on? What's going on with you, mate? How are you feeling? What you got to talk about?
I think I'm just happy that club football was coming back. To be fair, We ended it strongly, and you sort of look at our form and you think, okay, then, well, you don't want it to end, really, do you? By the international break coming in, so it can either be a good thing or a bad thing. But now I'm looking forward to Oxford. Obviously, we've got 5 big games coming up now. I think every game's massive in the Championship, so we just need to win as many as we can. I think we've had a good start, 3 wins out of 4. So, I think we're quite pleasing. I think the transfer window has been very pleasing as well. Obviously, adding the new goalkeeper as well, which gives Stolarczyk a lot more competition, which I think that's why he's brought the new keeper in, to be fair, because Begovic, 38, is more of a coaching sort of role on the pitch and sort of offers that experience. But yeah, I think bringing the new goalkeeper in, I think it pushes Jakub a lot more.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. This has been a big talking point tonight from Clibbo. Unchanged side for Oxford. It's an interesting one, Jack, isn't it? It's a tough decision to make because you've got 3 new lads who are good enough to play in the first team to start the game. But as a manager, as a good manager that Marty seems to be, do you change your winning side, mate?
You should never fix something that isn't broken in football. You should never tinker. But I think an unchanged side would be good. Carranza and Ramsey have been training with Leicester hard this week, haven't they? So, maybe we could see them potentially come off the bench. I think he's going to bed them in. I think that's the way he's going to do it so far. Maybe Carranza, he could really start his games against Coventry, which is a massive game. If he scores in that one, he's going to be an absolute god at Leicester, isn't he? If we win that game and he scores the winner. So Aaron Ramsey, I heard what he said today in his interview, which he was the only player that we never really heard from. So he said he's going to give everything for this club. He can play in the middle, he can score goals and he can assist, and he's happy enough to play for the club, and it was a no-brainer for him to join.
Yeah, it does make me laugh when they pulled him out onto the pitch to have a look around, and Dan Bates was like, "Take it in, Aaron. What are your thoughts?" Yeah. And he's just looking around a very average stadium that the King Power is. Normally you do that type of thing when you're walking out at the Bernabeu or the Camp Nou or the new Spurs ground, but he was just looking around the King Power like this. But I did find it funny as well, where he was like, "No, I've never played here. I only came here as a ball boy." And then when he got out onto the pitch, he was like, "Oh wait, no, I have played here. I played here in a friendly a few years ago." So yeah, that was interesting. What do you make to Vestergaard, Jack? We've been talking about it tonight. Me and Greek Fox in the Box, and also Ross. I was saying that I am somebody put a comment in earlier. A Vestaliever, not a believer. I'm a Vestaliever. I believe in Vestergaard at this level. I like him.
Vestergaard is good enough for the Championship. He's probably our best defender on the ball, to be honest. He can spread a 40-yard pass without even thinking about it, If you look at our centre-backs, they all offer something different. You look at Akole, he's strong in the air, he's powerful, he's pacey, but he hasn't got the passing range what Vestergaard's got. That's something that them two are quite different, but that's what you sort of need next to Vestergaard, a fast defender who can really support him well. You look at Wout Fass, he has been linked away to the Turkish league. Obviously, I think their transfer window ends in 3 days, so they could make a late move. If they don't, where does Fass's future lie at Leicester? Does he start? Does he not? I mean, if you look at our centre-backs at the minute, Fass is our best centre-back out of the 3. On paper, he's not put a foot wrong this season since he's been on. I know people have speculated he's leaving and whatever, but he still gave 100% for the club, and that's what you can ask for a player unlike the bloody Bilal El Khanous himself. He just weren't bothered coming off at Preston and was never seen again. So yeah, I don't know. I think Vestergaard, good enough Championship player. He's just not Premier League level, is he? I'm afraid. And he's only stayed because of the money that we're paying him, because he won't get a penny more.
Yeah. Did you see this week, Jack, that apparently in October or November we're going to be missing Fatawu and Monga for a couple of weeks or a few weeks because of the under something World Cup?
Oh, does Fatawu go? Does he to...
Sorry, not Fatawu. Monga or Page. Sorry, Monga or Page. We're gonna be missing them due to the under 19 or under 18 World Cup, whatever it is.
I think with Monga now, he's moved up to the under 19s and the England squad. So, I think if we can keep him here, I think he's better off than going there, to be fair. Louis Page, I think if he goes, we've still got options, haven't we, to fill in that position. So I don't think we're going to be a bigger loss than we would to Jeremy Monga going, because Monga, we've got Fatawu, you've got Mavididi. So, you just don't want Mavididi or Fatawu getting injured and then when Monga's gone, because we're very short on the winging position with only 3. But no, I think Louis Page, a very good player. But if he went to the under 18s, then we've obviously got Aaron Ramsey who can fill in there. And I'm sure a few others can fit in there. Jordan Ayew can go. He's proven he can play behind the striker as well. So that's another option. I think we do. Jordan James can play as a centre attacking mid as well. He's quite good in that area. I know he did it quite a few times for Birmingham. So I think we're quite stacked in like the midfield area, centre attacking mid role. So I think we're quite good in them areas. So it all depends. I mean, the only thing I'm glad about is Fatawu stayed. He was a massive one that we had to keep. We even got offered about £30 million. Someone was reportedly going to offer what Leicester wanted in the region of 45 or so, didn't they? So I was quite happy with that. And it was good to see that Marty's put his foot down with Ghana and said, I don't want him going this international break. I'd rather keep him here, keep him trained and make sure he don't get injured. And then he can play for us after the international break, keeping him fit.
Yeah, I read that a couple of the pitches that Ghana were going to play on were like 3G pitches. So it's risky, right, with somebody who's just done the ACL. I don't know if that was a Leicester decision, a Fatawu decision, a Ghana decision. I'm not sure, but I've just seen that Jordan Ayew is starting and captaining Ghana tonight. It's funny when you look at some of the names alongside Ayew in that team, because you've got like Jonas Ajeti, who Manny loves. You've got Semenyo, you've got Kudus, and then you've got Jordan Ayew. Tarek Lamptey on the bench as well, and I know one of Manny's.
Jordan Ayew has done a lot for Ghana. What is it? He's got 6 goals, 4 assists, I think it is. 10 goal contributions in the Club World Cup thing.
Foss Hub confirms it was Ghana's decision not to call Fatawu up. So there you go. Jack, mate, thanks for calling in. You've got a live stream at 8:30, I know, so we'll send people there when we finish. All the best, mate. We'll see you soon, all right?
Appreciate it. See you later,
Cheers,
everyone.
Jack. See you soon, mate. There we go. We'll get Manny on in just a second. Elm says bring on the BTG top stream. Yeah, Steve has... In our community WhatsApp group chat, there's been a lot of talk over the last couple of days about football cards, trading cards, which has been boring a lot of people. But Steve decided to just go and splash a load of cash on the trading cards. Here's one for you, Steve, that I got a couple of years ago, mate. Look at this one. This is a nice one. Look at that. There you go. There's one for you to bore some more people in the chat. Anyway, we're going to get Manny on. Just now, let's get him on just quickly. Tournament with North Korea in it, apparently, the under-17 World Cup. So there you go. Right, let's get him on. What's going on, mate? Whoa, you're all over the place today. Look at that.
Look at that. Oh, bad hair day. And
really?
I'm sorry. I didn't realise it was comic relief today.
That's not funny.
It just took you a few seconds, didn't it?
Mate, I'll tell you what it is, right? It's because because I'm dieting and I don't eat sugar anymore. As soon as I have a little bit of it, this happens. So on the weekend I had a chocolate bar, which is very rare for me these days, and this happens 24 hours later.
Really?
Crazy. Yeah, that's what it is. Yes.
Look, if Clearasil are looking for a YouTube show to sponsor,
there's 3 of us on the show tonight.
Okay. What is there to talk about that we haven't talked about 57 times already?
Well, we need to say something to wake up the people who have just come over from Leicester Fan TV, because they've just finished. So we need to wake them up a little bit.
What people?
There's like 3 of them.
2 of them are on the show.
Yeah.
No, that's mean. That's mean. Kate was on it tonight, so as ever, lifting the
Oh,
tone.
yeah, there would have been a few more then, to be fair.
Yeah,
if
definitely,
Kate was on
mate.
there.
Absolutely. So, well, how many days have we got? I'm so bored. I started watching highlights of other teams in the Championship just to remind myself how bad everybody else is. I watched the extended highlights of the Oxford-Coventry game. It's harsh to say, but it's pretty joke football, to be honest. Like, Coventry weren't great. It's scrappy. It's verging on Sunday League at times. Occasional bits of quality, but the teams are rubbish. They're rubbish. I mean, if we don't go to Oxford, if you look at one of the side of the goals, there's a giant car park at the end of Oxford as well. This is some relatively low grade, and nothing against Oxford. Back in the day, we got Matty Elliott from Oxford, I remember. So always had a warm feeling to that club, but we should be going out there and putting them to the sword, I think.
And they developed Ben Nelson for a little bit last season as well.
And he was good there, and they said he was one of their better players.
He said he was the new John Stones, they said, a lot of their fans.
Well, if he was one of their better players last season and he can't get a sniff so far this season, then surely our standard of player, on paper at least, is harder than that. And as we said the other day, as long as the players are up for it, it shouldn't be an issue.
What do you think to this comment here, then? Let me find it. Where is it? Marty should be playing Nelson into form. There's no question about that. Talent is there and proved himself worthy of Championship last season. Obviously, he's not played since the... It was I keep calling it a car crash of a performance against Huddersfield in the Cup. It was a really, really, really poor performance from him. Marty obviously hasn't played him since. Do you agree with Peter that maybe Marty should give him a chance in the first team? Although you could say that Fass is ahead of him because every time Fass has come off the pitch, he's been really good. Off the bench, he's been really good.
Yes, I think definitely Ben Nelson should get game time and get games, but particularly since we lost to Preston quite early in the season, I'm sure Marty's just thinking, look, let's just get as many points on the board, and then when we're later on down the line and there's a bit of a gap potentially, then I can give those other players a bit more game time. I've already got 2 kids who are pretty much in the first team with Monger and Louis Page, so do I want to risk a third? But I hate this. Like, a player has one bad game and they get on the scrap heap for ages. I mean, Vestergaard had a bad game against Preston. Do you remember how him and Luke Thomas got exploited? But the next couple of games, redeemed himself, right? Don't overreact to one bad game. If the guy has 2, 3, 4 bad games, then of course it's different. But during the summer, I think all of us are wanting Ben Nelson to be a strong figure. Some of us thought he might be captaincy material this season, particularly after that glowing report that he got from Oxford. So
I think he wore the captain's armband in one of the friendlies.
Well, I mean, it seemed one of those players I wouldn't expect to have got pretty much 0 minutes in the league this season. I was kind of looking forward to him starting. I thought he was potentially a player for us last season as well. So, as ever, you never 100% agree with every manager, right? You don't agree with every decision. But one thing I will say is that I have faith in Marty. So Marty will have his reasons, whether it's experience, whether it's passing, whether it's leadership, whether it's know-how, whether Ben Nelson's maybe not quite the player that we all think he could be. I'm not quite sure. But again, I want to see him in a competitive fixture before I really start making a judgment. And you don't know until you see them. Sometimes the player could be rubbish in training. And on the weekend, I mean, Carlos Tevez, I think, was like that. Like, in training, couldn't be bothered at all. But come game time weekend, everything is switched on. So I want to see him hopefully soon. But I'm guessing that Marty just wants to go with the things that he knows will get you the points in the short term.
Yeah, Peter says he was also just back from an injury as well, that Huddersfield game. After Oxford, you've got some tricky games. How many points do you reckon during September? Let's bring it up. 1 second.
Oh, I like this. Fancy points. Who have we got?
1 second. Here we go. Let's bring this up.
Fast twitch eyebrows.
Here we go. There it is. Oh, let me get rid of that as well.
Let's have a little look.
Okay, so Oxford, 3 points.
Yeah, it should be.
Coventry at home.
Every game at home this season should be 3 points. Every game should be.
Not saying what should
it
be.
won't be.
What are you saying? I reckon we'll get 3 there at home against Cov.
Could see a draw. They were tough. They were tough a couple of times last season. Although I'm hearing some stories about Lampard and West Ham, so maybe it might ruffle a few feathers around the place and get rid of some harmony if he's starting to sniff around a different job already. Maybe.
West Brom are doing well, mate, this season with Ryan Mason and some interesting signings.
Yeah, that was good.
Could be a tough one away
I think
at Hawthorns.
I think you take a point there every day. I think you take.
I would probably agree with you there. Yeah, I would probably agree. Wrexham Tuesday night with Connor Cody and Danny Ward at the back.
It should be 2 and 3, maybe even 4.
I'm gutted. I'm missing this game. I'm absolutely gutted. I'm missing this game. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. Although, would it surprise you, mate, if Danny Ward and Connor Cody came up with 2 incredible performances?
Yeah, that would surprise me a lot. They haven't done that for about 6 years each. So
what we're saying we'd be happy with 4, 5, 8 points in September.
Now, normally you'd say a point against your rivals is probably not the worst. Win the other games, So a point against Coventry, a point away from home against West Brom. But remember, we've got a deduction here. So you might need to be squeezing some of these draws into wins. I just have the mentality that Coventry are Coventry. They failed in the playoffs last year. We've been yo-yoing for years. Coventry, although they're on the up, and people won't like that, I have a bit of a soft spot for Cov.
You fucking horrible rat.
I do. I've got a lot of family.
Shocking.
Got a lot of family in Cov. Spent many a time in Cov, and so I have a bit of a soft spot for them.
That's nearly up there with Doc wearing a Chelsea shirt.
No, I've got family there. It's different. But look, we're at home, and if we have real aspirations to finish top 2, you can't be thinking about points deductions until they happen. You have to assume that the league table is how it is. Coventry at home is a rival at home. Any rival at home, Coventry, Ipswich, Southampton, Borough, West Brom, at home, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points is what it should be. 3 points at home, a point away, you go up.
It could be. I mean, those 3 I think could be tricky when you look at Coventry, West Brom, and Wrexham. However, if you look at October, we've got Swansea, Portsmouth, Hull, and Millwall.
Well,
I want to win all them games.
Actually, I think that's going to be a harder month.
I don't think so.
I can explain to you in a very boring way why. When it's simple, when a team has ambition and they try and play against us, they're open to get hit on transition. They're going to get hurt. When a team sit back deep and don't want to play and either pump long balls and trying to hit you on a transitional counter, we've always struggled. We used to struggle under Brendan. We struggled again. That's why we struggled against Preston. That's why we struggled against Charlton, 2 of the lower teams in the league. But we even struggled against Sheffield Wednesday. But when we play a bigger team like Birmingham, it's much more comfortable. So I think this season you're going to find, because of the stylistic point of view, we're going to do better against the better teams and we're going to struggle against the lowercase teams. And even under Enzo, do you remember we lost to Millwall, we lost to Borough twice, we lost to Plymouth away, I think we lost to Bristol City away. These were all lower half teams at the time. It's just game. The less ambition of our opposition, the harder it will be for us.
How is this the first time I've heard as well? Danny Ward dislocated his elbow. He's going to be out for quite a few weeks, actually, apparently. So he won't be playing in that game.
Bad news for us.
It is bad news for us, I agree. Yeah, we would much rather he played that one, I think.
How's he started, to be fair? How's he started? I mean, I haven't really been paying too much attention
well,
to it.
he's been... he's conceded a couple goals he shouldn't have, that's for sure. Yeah, he's conceded a couple goals he shouldn't have. He's not been bad, but he's not been good. And
how's the main man, Connor Cody, been there? Well, they've had a few results recently, haven't they?
Let's have a look.
I think they've won a couple. I think they won their last
Wrexham, they lost the first game. They lost the second game. They drew the third game against Sheffield Wednesday, and they won. So they've only won one game this season in the league. Out of 4, 1 out of 4 they've got.
Yeah, not great.
So they've got 4 points from 4 games.
I mean, they should have enough stay in the league, sure, but that
And they were
momentum,
2-0 up against Sheffield Wednesday, and they drew 2-2. And I think that was the game where Cody and Ward were to blame for both of the goals.
From what I've seen, their recruitment, like Sunderland have gone up in the Premier League. Sunderland have done a lot of fast twitch recruitment. Wrexham have done the opposite. They've done a lot of slow twitch recruitment. That's why I think they're going to struggle. I think somebody in their recruitment department has not been watching Blue Tinted Glasses enough and paying attention to what's going on, because they've made a big error. They're building a team to be mid-table and lower in the Championship for now. They're trying to do, consolidate what we've got and then build down the line. I think they should have gone for it with that momentum. They should have gone for it like Birmingham are going to go for it. But
it's a different situation though, isn't it? Because Birmingham still had a couple of Championship level players in their squad, whereas Wrexham didn't. They didn't.
Which players did Ipswich have when they came up?
Well, Wrexham still spent 30 million. They spent 30.
Yeah, exactly. 30 million. You can get some decent quality for this division. But I think Ipswich's entire team cost like £8-9 million when they went up to the Premier League. So you can do it with shrewd recruitment, a bit of a let's go for it mentality. But I think their recruitment showed that they were a bit nervous coming to this level, and they just tried to play it safe. And I don't think playing it safe works in modern day football. Like you've got to grab your balls and go for it.
Yeah, but it's like if Birmingham don't go up, they're in a bit of trouble financially. Although they have large revenues. They have large revenues because of the American stuff, Tom Brady and all that.
They'll pull out selling this to themselves. They're probably a ladies' team. They'll find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can dress it up in various different ways, I'm sure. Look, Man City still haven't answered for 116 charges a decade later. They're probably thinking, fine, break PSR. If we get up in the Premier League, doesn't matter.
Well, that's the thing as well. Wrexham today linked with Dele Alli on a free transfer.
See what I mean by terribly wrong recruitment? 29-year-old, not motivated, high wages, all the things that we don't like on this channel that they're going for. Let our competition, if they ever were competition, make these schoolboy errors. And you see that with, relatively new owners, relatively new people to the sport. Phil Parkinson is a madman. He's genuinely, he's not all there in the head. Heard lots and lots of there's lots of stories of him being like kooky. You probably don't remember Martin Allen. He's not quite Martin Mad Dog.
Oh, I know the stories of
right?
Mad Dog.
Yeah,
Mad Dog.
You've heard the stories. He's not Mad Dog levels, but he's a bit of a space cadet. Phil Parkinson. He's a bit all over the place from my few things that I've heard. So I think again, Wrexham not concerned me. Not worried about Wrexham at all. I was vaguely worried about Birmingham until we actually played them, and I thought, I like the manager, our former assistant, nice style of football, but the problem is the players. Like when I look at these opposition and any opposition we played so far, I mean, fair enough, some of the teams have been robust and solid, but who has individual star quality, talent? I didn't see anyone that was like. They said their best player was Damari Gray. We could have told you before that game started, seriously, if you're putting your promotion hopes on Damari Gray, you're in big trouble. Big trouble.
I was gonna say as well, mate, you can call it here. When there's just those things in football that you can just predict and you just know they're going to happen. Like Danny Ward to Wrexham was so predictable. Steve Cooper, next manager of Wrexham. He played for them, he coached them, and he played for them.
Well, Forest might be looking for a new manager soon. Return for Steve?
I've been listening to Wolfie today. Did you watch the video I sent? Oh my God.
I listened to 5 minutes before I couldn't handle it.
Oh my God. Wolfie said the next manager of Forest is either going to be Marco Silva, it's going to be Iriola, or it's going to be Jose Mourinho. So take a listen to that.
Well, Mourinho did say, I mean, as silly as it sounds,
yes,
Mourinho did say, didn't he, that after Fenerbahce, he's going to be looking for a lower level Premier League club to build.
Honestly, mate, it's like a cult.
It's
like the Marinakis cult. I can't believe that they're just they just eat every word he says. It's crazy.
They have to, though, don't they?
It's crazy.
They
Why do they?
Because they'll get shot if they don't.
Well, the fans won't. Come on, the fans won't. It's just
no. Look, you got to remember they were struggling for 99, I think was the last season they were in the Premier League before they came up this time. So they must have been there for 22, 23 years in the Championship.
And last season was their highest finish since 1996.
Imagine how you get when we get to the Championship for one season. How, we're going to League One and everything's disaster. Get rid of the owners, get rid of Radkin, get rid of everybody. Imagine if you were down for 23 years in that league. Did they go to League One? I can't remember if they dropped to League One. But
I don't know.
I don't think they did. But if you've been in there 23 years, if somebody, whether it's Steve Cooper or an owner comes in and gets you out of this hole, you are going to be whatever this guy says. Whatever this guy... And if it was Vichai, we would have been the same. Even if Vichai, whatever he would have said, we would have done. So I do understand that. Like, this guy's brought them to the promised land.
Do you think if we were relegated under Vichai, do you think there would be the same level of toxicness at the club right now?
I tell you what, I think a large proportion of our fan base is horrible. That's what I think. No loyalty, no understanding. I think if someone goes down, they would have turned on Vichai like they turned on Top. They'll turn on anyone. It's all about the last game, the last result. It's all short-termism. They never think long-term. I'd say at least a 50-50 fan base split, and I'm clearly on the long-term side of things.
Less of a split.
John Rudkin, I know everybody gives him a lot of abuse. The older people will also tell you that he was also the director of football that was there when we won the Premier League, when we bought.
Well, it's not even the older people. We were there. No, but he wasn't there, mate. He wasn't the director of football for a lot of them signings. So like the Vardys.
What year was he appointed?
The Vardys, the Schmeichels, the Drinkwaters, the Albrightons. He came in after they were signed. The only players.
Albrighton.
The Mahrez.
Albrighton was signed in the Premier League.
No, John Rudkin became director of football the summer of the summer of the.
Oh really? Was
title
it that late?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
Who was?
And the one before him was sacked. Terry Robinson. He was sacked for bringing in a few players that weren't good enough, and he was sacked for that.
Poor old Terry Robinson doesn't get in this title story. Poor guy. Yeah, he probably deserves
Although I
a
think
comment and a credit.
the story is that Nigel Pearson and Steve Walsh had a massive say in those signings.
So we get down to it's other people who actually have an influence or don't have an influence more than others. And again, it's taking just a calmer, more long-term approach to things rather than the last season. But look, thankfully, I don't expect we'll be 23 years in the Championship anytime soon. But imagine if you are like that, it's going to be like Stockholm Syndrome, isn't it? You've been captured by Marinakis and you're going to fall in love with him and do whatever he says.
Yeah, the culture that won us the title was down to Pearson, says Mr. Mod.
Who appointed Pearson?
Terry Robinson. No, well, it was Vichai, really, wasn't it? Because they sacked him. No, they didn't sack him. He left to go to Hull, and then after the failed experiment with Sven, they brought him back. After Sven and Paulo Sousa, they brought him back.
The truth is, it's largely a bit of a lottery. When you're picking managers, when you're picking players, roughly speaking, half the time you're right, half the time you're wrong. Now, I don't like that line of thinking. I think that is sloppy. I think there is homework and understanding and analysis you can do to get your manager more correct, to get your players more bang on. And when we even under Vichai, I remember we signed a lot of dodgy players, iffy players. We wasted a lot of money. Your Slamanis, your Mooses, and there's a lot of money spent on players that didn't work out. And you gloss over that because of the results. But, I'm one of those that Top was also our chairman 3 years after Vichai passed away. He was chairman, and 3 years. 3 years is not that you can't say it's all Vichai's work if it's 3 years afterwards. And Top took us to fifth and won us the FA Cup. To me, that is at the front of my mind. I think I still have loyalty and appreciation for what they did then. I can understand people saying, "Oh, you're living in the past." But as you've seen with the start of this season, everybody has the capacity to learn from their mistakes, and you can turn a sinking ship around. You can plug all the holes in the boat, and clearly There is a personal relationship between the chairman and the DOF and other people. So we haven't seen huge changes out there. But what they have done is got the decisions of this summer correct. They got the manager correct. They've got most of the signings correct, most of the transfer fees correct. So again, I don't see that any new owner or board level could have done much better this summer, a brand new one.
Let's see what happens next summer, because we all know that the Enzo signing and the player signings were spot on pretty much 2 years ago, and they followed it up with Steve Cooper, Oliver Skipp and Jordan Ayew. So let's wait and see.
I mean, the other thing is, as much as I talk nicely about all those, this league is not my metric on which the ownership and the board will get judged. We've elevated beyond this league. We've got everything. We're a Premier League team, from structure to facilities to recent history to actually winning things to player standard to upgrades to the ground, hopefully coming soon. So the real test actually comes next summer, like you just said. Is our recruitment also going to be similarly smart? Well, we're not going to go down the route that other clubs are going with. You've just seen Dele Alli's and Connor Cody's and all these other old dudes. Have you truly learnt those lessons? Are you able to take some of these selection decisions in recruitment away from the manager? Now, actually, I like Marty, and I think Marty would probably be excellent in the recruitment understanding from what I see. But you have to do it, worst case, in collaboration. You can't outsource that to your manager. You have to have that internal understanding of why you're signing players, and which profile too. So next summer is, I'm sitting here. Other Championship fans must think we're a bunch of right twats, sitting here smug, thinking we're going to go up, no problem. But I'm sorry, that's just the reality of the way it is. We are a Premier League club.
Let me just bring a couple of things up here. Rodkin paid 30 million for Slimani when Walsh had assessed him to be 15. That is where it started going wrong. What I will also say as well is that same window, they offered Watford £30 million for Troy Deeney. But the numbers of this. So what my point is here, it's like Rodkin was like, okay, we've got a budget of 30 million for a striker. Let's throw it at Troy Deeney. Oh, Watford said no. Let's throw it at Slimani instead, even though you could have probably got him cheaper. What I would also say as well quickly is, I was speaking to Kate about this morning, but we know there's a committee of sort at the club with regards to transfers. In my opinion, what it should be is, the manager says what type of player he wants, what position, what he demands of the player. Then it should be down to the head of recruitment to go and find that player, and then Rodkin obviously negotiates it. But, so in the case of Jordan Ayew, let's say, I'm just going to use that as an example quickly, 8 million quid, whatever. If Steve Cooper has asked for a forward who can hold the ball up, is experienced, quite physical, runs a lot, Jordan Ayew is probably going to be quite far up that list. Mm-hmm. But if you explain what Oliver Skipp does, there's no way you come back with Oliver Skipp. You don't come back with Skipp. Like if you say all the things that Skipp is meant to be good at, you don't come back with Skipp. You come back with someone else, surely. I can't
believe that Marty Glover would come up with Oliver Skipp. It doesn't fit. It's not.
And Cooper managed him before.
So the logical conclusion that we make is that is a Cooper signing. But in that scenario, as I've said this before on the channel, you've got to have a DOF who's strong enough to say, mate, I know you want this kind of player, and you might have a personal relationship with him, but he's crap. And it's Daniel Levy, and they're going to pull our pants down. He's going to cost a fortune. He's going to be expensive in wages and expensive in every way. And I don't see what you see. But I understand you want that type of player. So let Marty do his job and find you that player that you're looking for. You should not be telling us. Your job is to coach the first team, not find the first team players. There's two different sets of skills. But we're so grown up in this country, and that's not how they do it in Europe. Director of football have been like that for ages. The manager is not the manager. He's a coach. We give you the players. You go out there and do your thing. If we'd have stuck with that to Brendan, it would have worked brilliantly. It's when coaches get delusions of grandeur and they have some success because they're good coaches, then they fancy, on a bit of a power trip. I'm the reason why this club is moving forward. I need more power. I need more control. I can improve it even further. But the recruitment side of things is a different skill set. Brendan is a brilliant coach, a terrible recruiter, terrible eye for a player, completely different skills. So what we should do, stick to the structure. Marty's job is to identify the players. And to be honest, the DOF is just there to sign it off and try to assess the financial package that is appropriate. But the DOF is not going to be as good of an expert at recruiting players than the head of recruitment. If he was better than that, why have you got the head of recruitment? You may as well just do the job yourself.
Just a quick one as well, because again, this came up, but two things here from Brendan Rodgers, which I was again reading through early. It was previous tweets from me, but it was an article of Rob Tanner's from 2023, and this is what he said about Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers forced out key backroom staff at Leicester. He ignored key data analysts in the scouting department who advised him and his team against multiple signings, including Vestergaard and Bertrand, but the moves were forced through anyway, leading to some of our key data analysts leaving the club having become exasperated at the change in approach and felt their work and their previously trusted process was being ignored. And there was another one there. Brendan Rodgers also forced out long-serving head physio Dave Rennie, who was at the club since 1999. This led to multiple and continued injury crisis scenarios that really harmed our chances of securing more points. Rennie and his team had expressed opinions towards Rodgers that his training style would lead them to injuries, and he was ignored. Leicester, of course, had an exemplary record on fitness and lack of injuries in the years before Rodgers arrived. Rodgers described this as the club heading down a difficult path. So, you know, we had a situation with Brendan Rodgers where we handed him the keys to the club, and I still think he's a great coach. I agree with you. In the first 2 years, incredible. Some of the best football ever, I think, at Leicester City. But at the end of the day, we talk about Top and we talk about Rudkin, but Rodgers is also a big reason as to why we have been in the mess we have been in.
Yes, he's also a big reason why we reached some of the heights that we reached. Let's not forget, he won us the FA Cup. You know, he won us the FA Cup. That's the second best achievement ever. You know, he should go down in history for me for achieving that alone. But again, what you're looking for in the back room is to be able to recognise these differences and say to Brendan, the issue was that Brendan was in demand, right? We just fought off Arsenal. He's got a new fat contract. And Brendan's like, look, if I'm going to stay, then I want X, Y, Z. And you bend over to keep him because you're scared of losing him. But it's like a player. It's like a player. There comes a point that it's the perfect time to part ways. And sometimes it's when you're on top. It's only afterwards sometimes that you learn that. But, you know, we would have got a package from Arsenal, 15, 20 million pounds. You know, the next season we probably wouldn't have gone down. We would have had a happier squad. To be fair to Brendan and all those, PSR has been a huge hand grenade in this, don't forget.
But
when
why?
was the new rules have been brought in relatively recently, coinciding with teams like Leicester overperforming, and some would say influenced by that. Like, we don't want that to happen again. We need to keep clubs like this down. So
Confirmed again by Rob Tanner on a video on this channel. So if anybody wants to remind themselves after this video, search on the channel Rob Tanner. And in one of the videos, he did explain, Tanner did, that in that one summer, which was the year we signed Bertrand and we signed Vestergaard and we didn't sell anybody, it was that year where Rodgers demanded basically that we kept hold of all of our best players, and that I think Tanner used the words that Rodgers sees players as freelancers, that you have to pay them big money, and that is where the club kind of changed approach a little bit. They went down, they took Rodgers' advice, they 10x'd Daka's wages, they 10x'd Samari's wages. So Samari went from 8 to 80, or Daka went from 8 to 80, or Samari went from 8 to 80, something like that. Daka wasn't far off that. So again, like, we handed him the keys, and which he should never have had. We should have continued in the same. But I hear what you're saying. If you want to keep hold of him, you've got to bow down to him. But
that's why you need a strong DOF who can say, look, I hear what you're saying, Brendan, but that is not the way that this club can afford to do things. It's never going to be that way. If that is the case and you insist that that's all you want, we can't deliver it. If you want to go, then I guess we'll have to part ways at this stage. But you have to stick to your business model. You can't be changing plans. You know, it wasn't sustainable. We took a gamble to try and really go for it. And I kind of like that, when you're at the top, you don't want to qualify for the Champions League and sell Kante. You don't want to qualify for Europe and sell Tielemans.
But we did.
We had to sell Kante because we had rescored, but Tielemans we didn't, right? Now
and we didn't.
But how did it work out with Tielemans? 2 years of poor performance, we lose him on a free.
We didn't sell anybody. Yeah, we didn't sell anybody that summer.
So there comes a point where it's more complicated than just what the manager sees or wants. And I just refer back to what I said before. Coaching a football team, tactical setup, training patterns, routines, team unity, man management is one thing, but player salary, transfer fees, for selecting that player is different. That's completely different.
And look at who he's just signed at Celtic.
Fatty Nacho, isn't he? Signed, sponsored by Nando's. I mean, seen the size of him.
Did you see the video of him at Middlesbrough last season?
That's all chugging along. Poor old. I tell you what,
mate.
Jordan Ayew looks like a stick insect compared to him. He's absolutely massive, Kells is at the moment, and this is Brendan's problem. It's always been Brendan's problem. Is when he was at Liverpool, his recruitment was like Stuart Downing and Andy Carroll. And like, what? You got rid of Luis Suarez and you've ended up with Andy Carroll.
To be fair, I don't think Rodgers signed Andy Carroll. I think that was it was either Dalglish or Hodgson. Yeah, it was.
All right, fair enough. But some of his signings were terrible, and it was the same at Leicester, and now it's the same at Celtic.
Let's just end the stream with this because I have to bring it up. The clip that we were just talking about from Ian Atcho. I mean, it's just comical, really. Obviously, he was on loan at Middlesbrough. Let me get rid of the thing. He was on loan at Middlesbrough. Yeah, he was on loan at Middlesbrough last season. But just watch him run. Look at him go, man. What is that?
Listen, look how bad the championship as well is.
It's funny. You know what it's like? I was watching a video earlier of Eden Hazard in a charity match, and it was like that. Like he's just given up on football. He's eating a lot of food, and he's just chugging along. Very funny. Very funny.
So why would you sign this old guy on big wages for Celtic, right? This is such a common mistake.
Jeffrey Schlupp as well.
Wrexham, Celtic, Birmingham. Let these other clubs make those mistakes, and let's make sure. We need to. This is part of the reason we do these shows, is to hopefully try and sharpen up our fan base into understanding what works and doesn't work, and get rid of these myths that you're taught of by the terrible pundits on TV or the rubbish that you have to read in some of the newspapers. These people have thought the same way for 30, 40 years and haven't changed a thing.
Right, we're going to end it there. Thank you to everybody who called in tonight. Thanks to Manny, thanks to Jack, thanks to Greek Fox in the Box, thanks to Charles, thanks to Ryan, thanks to Ross. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. Thanks to all of you guys. Thanks to everybody.
Call of the day. You didn't even do a call of the day today.
Greek Fox in the Box. Greek Fox in the Box gets call of the day.
Good
so
shout.
There we go. Because he's also on board with my Wonder Kids shout. He mentioned him. Where is he?
What's that?
Correct, What?
Efaristo.
Fuck off.
Thank you, in Greek. No.
Thank you.
No, you'd be more like a Malaka, but that's something different.
Fuck off, you twat. Sounds like something you would call Marinakis or something. Right.
I definitely would.
All the best, everyone. We'll see you Wednesday, Fox's Den. See you then. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. Bye-bye. Massive thank you to today's sponsor, Match Bingo. Over 200 grand has been paid out to players so far by taking sports betting, football and bingo and combining them into one amazing app. Make sure to get your bingo card for any Leicester City game in the upcoming season. Click that link in the description or via the QR code on screen.